Hi crafty friends, Candace Gillespie here from Candace'sCanvases.com. Today I am showing you a card using Maymay Made It's stamp set called Sweet Angel that I designed for her Instagram design team. If you haven't already, head on over to Facebook and join my Facebook group, Crafters Anonymous by Candace's Canvases, and also my crafty Instagram, which is Candace's_Canvases. Alright, so here are the cards we're going to make. So, and then this is her stamp set, just right under. Usually I put it at 4 times the speed, but this is normal speed. I'm a slow crafter. I don't mind, I take my time. I have 2 crazy boys at home. I need to take my time with some things. Okay, so here we go, 4 times the speed. 2.5 inches by 5.25 inch piece of watercolor paper. I am going to show you making it on watercolor paper as well as just regular like 80-pound cardstock. I do apologize, most of this video is filmed kind of lower. I don't know why, and I know it's irritating, it irritates me too, but I did want to get this out to you guys so you guys can be inspired by this cute stamp set. Okay, here we go. What I did is I stamped it down in VersaFine Black Onyx ink, and then I used a pencil, very fine tipped pencil, to kind of sketch in some stars where I wanted to. Next, I'm taking my watercolors, and I'm using, this is a rose gold that I'm using, and you'll notice I'm just kind of putting most of the color on one side and then using water to drag that color out, so it gives it kind of more of a faded look, like it fades out. And the card piece under what I'm painting right now, you'll notice it's in the shape of a baby onesie. You've probably seen those the last few videos, and you'll notice them in more videos to come. I made my friend some baby shower invites, and I cut way too many, and I don't have the heart to throw paper away. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So, oh look, this is the rose gold. The first one was regular gold. So I'm just doing the same thing and just wetting it a little bit so the paint will spread more. This is the regular cardstock, and as long as you don't use too much water, you're going to be okay. So here's where I'm going to color in the blue. And at first, I just wet it with water around the stars, and I decided later that I didn't necessarily need to do that. But either way, it works good for you, go for it. I left both of these, the painting footage in. It is sped up quite a bit, but I wanted you to see the detail, I guess, sort of say. I don't know, I didn't want you to feel overwhelmed or intimidated. So it's pretty easy. Once I got the color down, I just came back with water to soften the edges and to kind of have the blue kind of bleed out into the white. So here you'll notice I'm just taking the very, very tip of my brush. This might be a size 4 or 6 watercolor paintbrush, and I'm just coloring around all the edges, painting around all the edges of the stars, making sure to leave the center of the star white, or you can still see the pencil line, but it doesn't bother me one bit. Then coming back with clear water to kind of drag it out and soften that edge. Doing the same here. I love watercolor, by the way. I want to do more of it. Okay, you noticed I sopped up some of the excess paint there with the paper towel. Okay, here I just used some paint, or sorry, my phone turned on, got distracted, some water to first draw lines where I want the red lines to go, and then I dropped in some red paint, and then I came back and kind of finished leading it across the whole line. And then my second time around on each of these lines is just to kind of spread it out a little, soften the edges so it wasn't so hard. And that pretty much finishes the interior paint of these angels. Next, I'm taking the gold, where I painted the gold, I'm using the gold and I'm splattering, and then where I used the rose gold, I splattered rose gold. Let's see. Yeah, here I'm doing more splattering with the red. Now this is the watercolor panel. I did not fussy cut the angel out of this one. Instead, I just lined it up. I'm not measuring too precisely here, but it's probably a little, like 3/16. It's not quite 1/8 of an inch. But what you could do, what I'm doing here is distressing the edges. This is an old distressing tool I got from Stampin' Up! A few years back, maybe like 5 years ago. And then you could do it with the side of your scissors too. Then I'm gluing it onto a blue cardstock and cutting that. Sorry, it's irritating me too, guys, that it's all kind of toward the bottom of the screen. Let's get through this together. Okay, so I'm just gluing that on a card panel and then cutting off any extra length that I have hanging over. I wanted it to be layered on the sides but not on the top. So this card panel measures 4 by 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, then I am going to stamp on my sentiment using some VersaFine Black Onyx ink, and I line that up in my Tonic Studio Tim Holtz stamp platform, which I love, by the way. I know we have some diehard Misty fans, and I don't have anything against the Misty, but I have everything for this stamp platform because I just wipe it off. It's easy to use. It's super durable, super sturdy. Here I'm just, you'll notice I put red on the top right corner and blue paint splatters on the bottom left corner. And now it's time for the star, and I'll come back and talk about the stamp platform in a second. So here I'm doing a still frame. You can see that I'm just inside of the framelit edges, and that's what's going to help us with our fold so that the star doesn't completely disconnect, but that it folds. Then the second size down, I just die cut out some white, and I'm gluing that down to the front and the inside of this star-shaped card. I don't know if you can hear in the background, I have the dishwasher and the laundry going, so a lot of times I have people, I don't know that they have the sweetest heart in mind, but they, what's that sound? And I'm like, it's kids playing, or, oh, that's the washing machine. Anyway, fussy cutting out this angel and the halo. I'm just cutting out the oval portion of the halo. And then here's some acetate. I'm just cutting out a thin strip, maybe 3/8 of an inch strip, putting just a dab of glue on there and putting that on the very tip of the acetate, and then glue on the rest, and it's going to pop up above that angel, I would say about 1/8 of an inch. But if you want it to pop up more, go for it. Putting some foam tape on the back of this angel, and on the wings, I'm doubling that foam tape because I want it to appear like the wings are coming toward the recipient more than the body, like giving it movement. And then bringing my card back and covering up any part I don't like. Super versatile. Then I'm going to take my heat tool and really make sure those paint splatters are dry. Once it's all dry, I'm bringing in some more stamping. It's going to say Sweet Angel. So I'm just using my awesome, juicy favorite stamping ink pad, the VersaFine Black Onyx ink. There it is. I love it. I love how these cards turned out. I like how she designed these angels. Oh, sorry. This is the interior of the rectangular card. But I like how she designed these angels open like that, so you really can give them whichever character you can imagine, I know someone right now who's turning them into snowmen too, so super cute. Okay, so I hope you didn't throw away your negative of your star die cut, because that's what I used for the inside, and I just took a lighter blue paint and painted the perimeter of the star, and then used water to kind of drag it out, and I splattered some red paint on the inside and am drying it with my heat tool. Once that's all nice and dry, I'm just going to glue it in. The glue you see me using right now is just a PVA glue, and it's actually one of my favorites, especially when you're binding books or anything with paper. But I've recently been playing with the art glitter glue from Maymay's shop. I mean, you can get it almost anywhere, but she loves it, so I've been like, okay, I gotta try this, and let me tell you, I love it. Totally sold. So anyway, here I'm adding some blue sequins. These sequins, I a while ago actually, I got a multicolor pack of sequins from the Dollar Tree. Super fun. And just using my quick stick tool here to add some sequins to the front of both cards. And then these cards are finished. There are some stills following the video. Also, I wanted to let you know that I am renovating my craft room, which is why you haven't seen a video in a few weeks. But I cannot wait to share with you before and afters, because the before, it was just a disaster. After having a couple babies and those babies just messing with stuff and morning sickness, my room turned into a disaster. But not anymore. Tile goes in this week. Anyway, thank you guys so much for following along, and I hope you do try this and check out Maymay's shop at maymaymadeit.com. You can find a blog and her store. Talk to you later. Bye.